Yay, we're live! Apparently everyone in the world is live tonight because StreamYard said that they had high traffic and we had to wait a minute. So welcome to Borahae Con on Air, our weekly live stream where we're here every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, although I am not particularly sure if this won't be our last one before the con because we're going to be insanely busy next week. So I don't know if Tuesday 6 o'clock live stream is going to happen next week, but it is happening now. And we have some special guests, as you can see. We do have one or two more that are going to be showing up. We'll pop them in when they get here. But for right now, we, of course, have myself and Meghann from the team. And we've got the Sarange studio. We've got Jessica and Chong. Say hello.
Hi.
And we've got Allison from Bunny Malkavian Photography with her fun little, say hello.
Hello.
Oh, you froze for a second. You're like, you weren't moving. And she's got her fun, what is it, a flower?
It's a cup sleeve crown. So it's a cup sleeve from a cup
it's hard to see. Okay.
Turned into a hat.
I love it.
That's
Thank
awesome.
You. It's my original idea.
People walking around the con with those.
I love the birdcage veil. It's perfect.
Thank you.
I love it.
We're going to have some fantabulous pictures of people, I think. So remember, if you are here on the comments, I see we have two. I'm kind of guessing we may have, and he's not even here yet. Hi, Jamie. I think we might have our practical joker, Mr. Greg, in the comments. But right now we've got Jamie. Jamie, feel free to comment and answer some of our questions and all that fun things. But thanks for joining us. Hopefully you heard our intros. So anybody got BTS news? That's usually what we start with, the new BTS news from the week. We've been so flipping busy, I don't even know if we knew what it was. I heard there's new stuff today, new Bangtan bombs dropped.
Yes. A lot, like 8 of them.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, there was like 8, I believe.
You know what they are? What's
one was JK. It was
he
JK.
Was swimming in the swimming pool at the hotel.
Yeah, it was.
So we were just watching him swimming.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, he swims, he sleeps.
We just get to see it all. Cook when he washes dishes.
He was doing push-ups in the pool. I watched the whole thing.
How do you do push-ups in the pool?
If anybody can do it, he can.
Very carefully.
Kind of like at the edge of the pool, and it was just like pushing.
Jamie said he folds laundry.
Yes, he folds.
He does that too. Yep. Adam, I see you. We'll let you in a sec. We're doing our we're doing our catch up on the BTS news. Jamie says he folds laundry. Ha ha ha. In the comments.
Oh, and today was the release of Type 1 by V. Right?
That too?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
And isn't today Army anniversary?
Army Day.
Army Day. Anybody
who has not gotten your general admission tickets yet, if you haven't seen our socials, you get 11% off today with code Army Day 24. But that's only until the end of today, the 9th. So if it's after today that you're watching this, you can't get it anymore. Sorry. But still buy tickets because it's going to be a blast. So Type 1 came out too today, Meghann?
Yes, we have a V bias in this house, so we are up to date on all V news at all times. So
that was the trumpet today of
it's been an exciting day, and it being Army Day as well, of course. And I joked with the kids because last night their friends, they've been roping them in more and more, and so the whole drive that I dropped them off at their house, we were listening to different BTS songs, which was great. It's so fun to hear.
Way to pull them in.
Right? And it's so fun to see people experience it for the first time, it's just so fun. So we did that. And then of course this morning I woke up with, BTS in my head per usual. And I laughed. I told the girls, I'm like, this is seriously a problem.
No, it's not a problem.
It depends on the song that's stuck in my head, I should say, because there's some where I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be singing this all day.
There's no problem at all. So Army Day. Happy Army Day, everybody. V's thing, Bangtan bombs. That they dropped those for Army Day, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it, but yeah, I guess they did.
Meghann, Jamie says in the comments, I see no problem.
Well, it's all fun and games when it's like a fun, upbeat song. But if it's a memeable thing, like sometimes it's V's portion from Jump that I wake up with, and I'm like,
Becky, you out of bed really quickly, like jumped.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Or On Pond Man, there's that too occasionally that I'm just like, oh God, today.
Yeah, if any of you caught any of our previous live streams, On Pond Man is a little bit of Megan's nemesis because although she does like the song, her girls have played it so much that it's a little bit overstayed its welcome. So
it's one of those brainworm songs, you know what I mean? Once it's there, it's just not leaving. So
Brooke's with you in the chat. She said Jump was in her head today also.
Yes, see, there you go. But the best part is the intro too, and she's that's what I hear first, and then, yeah. So.
I have to apologize if anyone sees me and I'm trying not to do it, like stick my tongue over the side of my teeth. There is something stuck in there that I just want out because I don't want it to like show up right in the middle, So I realize I keep doing that, so I better, give it a disclaimer. Anyway, any other BTS news we should chat about before we pull in Adam?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
All right, Adam, if you're up for it, we need a joke when you get in. Get ready.
How bad you want it? How much of a groaner are we looking for?
Oh, we have a dad joke contest at the con, so we are looking for groaners are great. The groaners are definitely encouraged.
So I got two. So I got two kids. I got 7 and 12, right? And I mean, the 12-year-old is just obsessed with bad puns, right? So it's
perfect.
War of escalation. But I'll start with an old standby, right? Why do ducks have feathers? To cover their butt quacks.
I am not letting my husband watch this live stream later.
My daughter doesn't even hear this.
I'm sorry. Was butt quacks too racy?
No, gosh, that was hilarious.
That was
my daughter.
I'm so glad I made you do that before you popped in. I had no idea you were actually going to do it and be funny. So way to show up.
My daughter's 11 and she loves dad jokes right now. So
Oh yeah.
And puns, yeah.
Okay, so everyone who's watching and everyone who'll be watching this later, this is Adam from Outlier Solutions Group, and he is part of our first aid team. They are our whole con is actually our first aid is sponsored by the Outlier Medical Group, and they do stuff for cons, they do stuff for outside events, they do stuff for all kinds of events. I'm going to let him explain that, but I guess if you just need a joke, even if you don't need a Band-Aid or an Advil, but you need a joke, stop by and use Adam.
Covered. And if I run out, I've got a network on tap that feeds me these whether I want them or not. It's like 7 a.m. I ain't had coffee yet. Like, oh no, I gotta play guess the pun with this one. Yep, nope, build again. Right. And it's a constant stream. There's resources, right? We're big on resources here.
I had no idea when we were getting a medic, we were getting a comedian too. But Adam also did say that he prefers to be bored at the con because of course that means that they don't have to take care of anybody for any reason medically, right? So
yes, bored is best. Bored is best. But
so jokes might be necessary.
Yeah, jokes are good, right? and really that's really what we're there for. We're there because we're fans of something too, right? So Outlier is a sister practice to another crew that you may have seen at some of the anime cons called Usagi Medical Group. Same crew, same standards of practice, same model of, we know where we are, right? And that matters. That context matters, right? And we tend to treat the whole person, and we offer alternatives to call an ambulance for everybody because we don't know what to do with it, right? When a lot of times it's like, here's some rehydrator and some sugar. Yeah, you feel better now. Your heart's not doing the bump thing now, right? Yes. When was the last time you ate and drank today? Right. 14 hours ago. And how long have you been dancing? Excellent. Right. So really that's what it is, right? We're there to keep small things small and to minimize the amount of disruption, right? People are spending their time, their money, they're going out of their way to come do a thing that they love. The last thing that we want to do is, crud, I got to go pop out to the drugstore because I need Advil or I need, moleskin because I didn't break my new shoes in before the event. Don't do that, by the way. Like that's rookie move 101, right? No new boots at an event. Just no. And so we've got all that little stuff, right? It's completely free for anybody who's attending the con, right? Amanda made sure that we were going to be able to be there, and that means that this is there, right? And if it's something more serious, right? Hey, we're there too, right? And we'll get you started. We'll figure out what we need to do, and then we have a conversation, and it's a shared decision-making process. It's not because so many folks, and I don't know if you've encountered this, but folks who, are living with chronic medical conditions, but they're still fans and they want to go out, right? They're worried what happens because 99% of the time, the folks at the venue are just going to call an ambulance because they don't know what to do. And then there's this big production and the lights and the sirens and the hospital bills. And maybe it's like, hey, I forgot to take my seizure meds. And so I had a breakthrough. Okay, but you got a history and we know why. Okay, you're going to sit here for 45 minutes. Okay, you're good. Cool. Go back to the show. Have fun, right? And skip that nonsense. We want to keep you in the game, keep you at the show. Ideally, I should be bored, right? But bored could just mean I'm handing out Band-Aids and ice packs, right? Hey, come by, get what you need. It's all free to your attendees. Amanda really extended herself to make sure we could be there. We're looking forward to an awesome first run with y'all. So thank you guys for having us. If you want to know more about who we are, what we do, our website is osgatl.com. Check us out there. And our sister practice, you can find out kind of our historical roots at usagimed.com. So we're looking forward to seeing you. Awesome. Thank you. Anybody who's got questions before the show, feel free to drop us a line. Contact at osgatl.com. Happy to answer any questions you might have. So thank you guys for having me here and for having us, next week. And
super excited. Yeah.
So
awesome. Adam. We're so very blessed to have you with us and your team. So, Brooke says, I love that. Sometimes we just have to chill for a minute. Hopefully my meds will behave that day. Glad to know that they'll be there.
Exactly. And we will give you the space to chill and self-manage and just tell everyone else, hey, no, just calm down. It's fine.
I so appreciate that. My husband's type 1 diabetic, and he's also a professional musician. Yep. And early on when we got married, and he was touring a lot, I'm not a medical professional, but I was the person there on site making sure he stayed healthy and okay. Because like you said, most people would be like, your blood sugar's crashing, let's call an ambulance. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to literally give him some juice right now and sit him down for a half an hour, And so I'm so glad that a professional will be there for those kinds of situations. And that is such a big relief.
And the last thing that I will note, and I should have mentioned this earlier, is again, it's about knowing where we are. And a lot of fan conventions, regardless of the fandom, right? Folks are dealing with stuff in their lives, right? And so sometimes that means, hey, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff in my life and I come to this convention and there's all of this noise and light and there's people and movement. And hey, that's just too much, right? And if that's where you're at, we got you covered too, right? We're going to give you the space to sit down. We're going to hand you something to fidget with, or some earplugs or some sunglasses. We're going to help you with some breathing exercises, whatever it is. And turns out like multiple problems can happen at once. So just because one thing is happening doesn't mean we won't take care of the other. So you find yourself and you don't know what else to do, just come see us. We'll be on the lower level, right? Or
most likely on the lower level. We're not positive yet, but most likely on the lower level.
Okay. Okay.
Trust us.
Yeah. Come find us or have somebody give us a call. We'll come to you, right? We'll get it.
Well, the nice thing about Hotel Preston is it's not spread out all over the place. It's pretty compact. I mean, you walk in the front door of the hotel, the ballroom's to the left. You can see the stairs that goes downstairs to where the lower rooms are. You're also straight ahead past the stairs to the other big room called Isabella. So like you're not walking down giant hallways and stuff like that.
And they also do have the elevators for anybody that has mobility issues with stairs as well. So
yep, thank you for mentioning that. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, no problem.
People in the comments, Adam, are very, very happy. And
I just clicked over. I'm seeing that. Holy cats, man.
Yeah, they're very thankful that you're going to be there.
We're looking forward to being there. So thank you for having us. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great show.
Thank you so much. If you want to stay on with us and chat BTS, you can, but I know you might have to pop out. So
I've got a dip. I got the next thing in the backlog I got to take care of. But
thank you so
all
much for being on. We really appreciate you. And I know
Thanks,
everybody
Adam.
watching later is going to appreciate it too.
I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. All
That's
right. How exciting is that, everybody?
Yeah, that's awesome. My sister has an autoimmune disease and she has a hard time with her back. And she was concerned about whether she would be able to come just because it's hard for her to walk long distances. So just knowing that the team is there to help take care of her and that there's stairs and elevators and all that good stuff. So, I mean, I know she would love to. She's been an OG Army since the beginning. So I know she would love that.
Did she already have tickets or is she still thinking of?
She is coming with us. She'll be one of those, the 4 that we have. Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Because you guys got a double booth. Yep.
Oh, I hope she has a good time. I hope she's able to make it.
I hope she does too.
And I hope this makes everyone feel better. I know we have quite a number of people that we've talked to that have some pre-existing conditions that just want to come out and have a good time, because that's what BTS does. It brings everybody together. It makes everybody joyful. They make everybody happy. They make you sort of forget any of the other crap you've got going on in your life. And yeah, so that's the really awesome thing about Adam's company too, about Outlier Solutions Group, is that they don't just treat first aid and med stuff. Like, they are specifically for con crowd and, events like that, different outdoor camping events or whatever, but they deal with mental health and just, like he was saying, like, oh, you don't need everyone else is going to be like, oh, you need an ambulance, or, oh, you need to go to the hospital, or whatever. And they know what to do. They can also bring it in with, the mental stuff and the, just the energetic, like he said, the neurodivergent and the, the overstimulated and the, okay, you need like he said, a pair of sunglasses. I love that he said all that, because that really takes care of everybody. I mean,
it covers it covers us and
it covers everything.
Anxiety.
It really does. So we got some amens to that in the comments, me too's, and excited to meet more Army. So okay, now that we have you all here, though, let's have you on to talk about. So Sarange Studio and Bunny Malkavian are both some of our vendors. So Allison, your vendorness is a little bit different than everybody else's, and also ridiculously exciting. And we didn't necessarily tease exactly what you're doing. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
So I have a digital composite photo booth, and I started out as a cosplay photographer and branched out after becoming Army, to doing K-pop events. I did a small K-pop con in Memphis. My social life is centered around Memphis. I'll be traveling from Marion, Arkansas. So I started out doing green screen pictures for cosplayers at Comic Cons and not actually anime cons, but at Comic Cons. And then I decided to do a selfie with your bias photo booth, where I put the artist next to you. And when I went to the Permission to Dance concert in Las Vegas, they had selfie with, you pick your BTS member and you step into this little booth and it instantly spits out a photo card. And unfortunately, I can't do it that high tech. Like, I take the picture on my camera, I edit it, and then I email it to you. So I have a whole bunch of PNGs pre-made of K-pop artists, which I'm offering BTS at this event because I know we want to keep it BTS. But I have a whole bunch of PNGs with transparent backgrounds made to put, let you fool your friends into thinking you met Jungkook at my sparkly backdrop. So my backdrop it's white and there's some purple fabric overlay and some starry fabric. I don't have it set up right now. It would have been a good idea, but I found out about this live stream today, so I didn't do that. But I also am selling some handmade crafts. I'm doing cup sleeve crowns. This was my original idea. This is a basic one. It's a cup sleeve with an elastic band. But the not so basic ones, let me find one that's actually BTS. I put tulle, whether it be a fascinator or a bird cage, a feather. They all have feathers, and they have like, I have to there.
Yeah, that's better. Good.
Strings and stuff. So the cup sleeves are made. This one particularly is made by me from an event that I hosted when Jin came out with his astronaut video. But made by me and my friends. I bought cup sleeves from them because if I'm gonna sell my cup sleeve crowns, I'll pay them for their cup sleeves. But anyway, that's what I have: cup sleeve crowns and pictures. I also do Polaroids, so I can't put your bias on your Polaroid unless I bring a standee, and I don't know how many standees I'll have. It depends on whether or not my friend who owns the standees brings them. She's also vending. So anyway, but I have Polaroids, digital composites, and cup sleeve crowns.
And Allison's got 3 booths as well, so she's going to be taking up a little bit of space to do all those photos.
Yeah,
so,
So exciting.
Make sure you come and stop by, and as who was that? Jamie with the Delulu. Oh no, Brooke said, so my Delulu self can pretend I've had an actual picture with Namjoon.
Everybody wants Namjoon. He's mine.
I was just laughing
with Brooke, and you're gonna have to share.
Yeah.
Namjoon is my bias, so I definitely have PNGs made of him. Like I get kind of biased and like downloaded more pictures of him to cut out. So, yeah,
Namjoon biases are good to go.
That's what I like to hear.
My girls are super excited for this as well. They're like, so Mom, since you didn't get us life-size cutouts for our birthday this year, in a room when we woke up, and I'm like, great, that part. They're like, this is gonna be what we need to do so that we can have this memory of us with our bias. And what's funny, because I don't know if y'all have seen before too, but I'm true OT7, and my kids every other day try to pretend I have a new bias. They're just like, as soon as I say one positive thing about one particular member, that's your bias today. It can't be their biases, but anybody else is up for grabs. And it's just hilarious. So I told them, I'm like, that's fine. You can have one with each of your bias. But since I'm OT7, think about the giant crowd of awesome that I have around me. They were like, that's not fair. That's not how it works, Mom.
So her girls are totally stopping by your booth, Allison, hopefully before we start letting other people in, so we can make sure that they get there, because they might be a little busy the rest of the day.
They're going to be super busy, I'm sure. I told them they're going to have to go in some random kind of off time and get that situated.
So you'll have them for sure. You're gonna have lots of people, but they're gonna be first in line, I'm sure.
Oh, I'll be there.
You have anything else to add, Allison? The crown is awesome. I'm so glad you're wearing that, because
I'm thinking I have only one. My photo postcard set that I got at a pop-up event in Las Vegas at Permission to Dance, and I'm trying to sell that too. So if you want it, there's only one available. But that's about. It's a postcard set from Las Vegas Permission to Dance.
Okay.
So I have that available, and it's basically just whoever gets it first gets it. But I don't really have anything else to add. Just digital composites.
Just go
Polaroids.
visit.
Yeah.
Huh?
You can't go wrong. Everything you have is awesome.
Yes.
And I may as well add that while I'm there, I'll be presenting 2 panels.
Yes.
So,
thank you for adding that.
How to host a cup sleeve event with me and Michelle from Our Heart Shakers. And I'm also helping her. I think she's doing the BTS trivia game. Is that right, Amanda?
Trivia and karaoke, yes.
Okay. I think am I on the schedule for karaoke or just trivia?
You are welcome. If she wants you to and you want to help her, you're welcome to help her with all of them.
Okay.
The reason we didn't have both of your names on the karaoke is because we only put names on the ones where people cannot come and go. So if you the schedule, or if you haven't bought tickets yet, we will send you a copy of the schedule so you can look at it ahead of time, see what stuff you want to go to.
When I looked at the schedule in the email, I'll talk to you about it later. But I was slightly confused, and I'll just ask you about it later.
Okay, but I was going to say when there's names, it just means that there's really no come and go for that one. We want to honor the hosts, and we want you to go there and stay there, and not come in and out. If there's not a name, that means you can come in and out. We figured karaoke was kind of a come in and out, but we do want you, Allison and Michelle, to introduce yourselves and your businesses and everything at the start of karaoke.
Okay.
We just didn't put your name there, not because you're not running it, but obviously
Right.
there's hosts in some of the other rooms too that don't have names on there. It was just because that was just the way we picked to do it, to show people like, hey, this isn't a come and go room. So
Okay.
And that will
It's
be
code.
outside of every door as well. Posted. I just created each room's schedule with the time frames, and the names will be under the ones that are like, once you're in, because this programming starts at this time and we don't want to disrupt the host, or the
Okay.
presenter. So
I'll just need to make sure I know where to be and
For
when,
sure.
absolutely.
and then I'm good.
Okay.
As long as I know where to be.
Okay.
you're going to be everywhere. Yeah, Allison's going to be everywhere. She's doing programming. She's doing vending. She's got helpers that are vending. So when she leaves, you can still go get your picture taken. She's got other people at her booth. So don't think that when she's doing karaoke or when she's doing how to host a cup sleeve or whatever, like, oh, her booth is shutting down. Nothing in the vendor room is shutting down. We are not allowing anything in the vendor room to shut down at any time. It is all open the entire time for you to come and go to everything. So before we get to Sarange Studio, I wanted to shout out one of these comments here, a couple of the comments. Okay, Jamie's got to go. Hopefully we'll see you at the con. Well, yeah, you're going to see us at the con. Yeah, you'll see them. You're going to the vendor room, Jamie. Come on. If your mom
We'll be
is
there
the whole day, yeah, you're going to stay the whole day because you got the medic to take care of you. And just remember to eat your snacks and you'll be good. Thanks for coming tonight, Jamie. And then Brooke says, every one of them wrecks me every day. They take turns. And then she says, Jin's Fred ads are fire.
Fire. Fire.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that she said that too, because that's, if I recall, similar to when we were on a podcast a while ago, they were talking about bias and bias records. And I was like, oh, the one joy of being OT7 is that everybody's a bias record. It doesn't matter what day it is. If you know what I mean, J-Hope's up front center doing his stuff. And like, hey, J-Hope's
Like you.
Exactly.
I got so much love for all of them.
Teresa tells Jamie, wear your roller skates, girl. You'll be fine. But you don't want roller skates in this hotel. It's not, like I said, it's not that far apart. Everything is really compact. It'll be really nice. It's not like walking into one of those mega hotels where you're like, there's this wing, and then there's this wing, and then there's this wing. You know, it's like, it's all kind of in the same area up and down, and you'll be good. So
it's enough space, but still feels very cozy. Each place will be very, like,
won't
you
be
know, it has
lost.
that nice,
there's no way to get lost.
No, nope, you can't get lost.
You
It's
cannot
one of
get
those
lost.
spaces where if you feel like you'll hit the end of the hallway before you get lost. So.
All right, Sarange Studio, welcome, welcome. Please explain to us all the fun and excitement of your booth, your double booth. Actually, they have a double booth as well. And please, after you do that, or if before you do that, whichever order you want to do it in, tell us the story you were telling me earlier about why it got started and how it aligns with our vision for the con as well, and how those two mesh together. Because what we were talking about earlier is how all of our guests, all of our vendors, all of our attendees, it's like everyone kind of has that same vision of what we're looking to create. We were talking about how Nico and I had a big, huge conversation, and how we, we're all looking to create that same sense of community within our events, or his channel and their channel. Shouldn't say his channel, he's got a crew too. But anyway, take it away.
All right. I found BTS back in 2020. So
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you are.
Oh, I'm Jessica.
There you go.
I'm Chong.
There you go. Okay, go ahead, Jessica. Sorry about that.
We've been best friends for about 10 years now.
Mhm.
And so back in 2020, when I filmed BTS, my mom had just passed away. She didn't have COVID, but she passed away during COVID. And it was a really hard time, pandemic and losing her. And so I filmed BTS. Like I said, my sister has been OG since they debuted, but it took me a little longer to find them. I was kind of like a metalhead. So I was a rock girl. So, but once I found them, that was all I needed. And I don't know, like they got me through some hard times. But we both have had our own mental health struggles. So it's been really important to us when we decided to start our small business. We founded it on just building a community and being a safe space and a support system for everybody that has a fandom, whether it be K-pop, gaming, just anything that maybe is not always conventional, particularly for sometimes for females. Just to be a safe space for everybody. But we're trying to build that community, and just know that, you know, you have a friend, whether you truly feel like you're lonely in real life, you know, you would have us and anybody that's in our community for our small business. So that's just been really important to us to make sure people know that that this is really important to us. It's genuinely been a work of passion for us and dedication.
It has.
Do you have anything?
Well, did you say, you know, we're from like a very, very small town.
Yeah.
And so not a lot of people like listen to K-pop. So whenever, like, if we have our merchandise on and they're like, oh, BTS, like, we know, we heard of them, but like, you know, they're, and they're, you know, it hurts us.
Yeah.
So, and we're like, we don't want to be those people who are ashamed of liking K-pop and BTS. So we want to build a community and have everyone to come out. Like, it's okay to like something that not everyone may not like it, you know, eye to eye. So one of our things that we're trying to do with our business is building a community, you know, letting everybody know that it's okay, like, to love whatever you love.
Love yourself.
And funny thing is, like, every time we have Vend, people find us and people like K-pop and they like BTS and they're like, oh, who's your bias? And then all of a sudden we started talking and then, like, we're exchanging numbers. And we're like, hey, we found a new army friend. Like, that's the best thing in the world.
You just
They
have
are
to find them.
there. Yes.
They always
Yeah.
are.
Well, and I still want you to talk about your business and what you have available for everybody. But I wanted to say that that's one of the reasons too with the con, that one of the huge things for me, I'm a long time holistic life coach and an author and a speaker in the personal growth, self-help, spirituality space. And not super non-denominational, open to everybody. Just want to say that kind of spirituality, but across the board. But what was I going to say? Oh, so we have a buddy bench, and so let's talk about this again. I don't know if you all saw that, but on a playground somewhere, a little boy some years ago developed this and said, hey, if you don't have a kid to play with on the playground, he developed these buddy benches, and you could go sit on the buddy bench to kind of show people, like, hey, I need somebody to play with. And then somebody else that needs somebody to play with comes and sits on the buddy bench. So we have what we're calling You Never Walk Alone buddy bench.
That's amazing.
Yes. So we have encouraged people that say, well, I don't have anybody to go with. You don't need anybody to go with. Come by yourself. If you don't meet somebody already at registration or whatever, by talk, sit on the buddy bench. You'll meet somebody.
That's awesome. We've actually met people that, because, you know, we're in North Carolina, and like I said, we're in a small town, but we have met people that are a couple hours from us that have come to events alone, and they've ended up, they've stayed at our booth because
Really?
Yeah, they feel comfortable, and I don't know,
like safe, comfortable, just be themselves.
We're inclusive to everybody, and I don't know, it's just been really important to make sure everybody knows that they're welcome.
Yeah, well, and just so everybody that's watching this or watching this later knows, vendor room hours are 10 a.m. right when registration starts until 5:45 p.m. And then from 7 to midnight, or midnight, we're not staying up late. If you heard me in the last live stream last week, I'm like, con brain, I claim con brain. I totally have con brain. But anyway, no, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sorry about that. Our vendors, if they are, you know, so willing, will stay. So I'm hoping whoever stops by and, you know, feels the good vibes from you gets to sort of hang out and party with you later on too. So
we need more friends.
The vendors will be there for the Prism crew and performance, and with Yali and Isabel and Liam Cron in between there, and then Miro and Liam Cron later on, and then just some general BTS dancing after that. So just wanted to, dance party, Brooke.
Yes.
But let me take it back to you guys, and please tell us about what people can expect to see at your booth.
All right, we have a little bit of everything. a little bit of everything. One thing that we are considering, and I'm pretty sure we're going to bring something, is we have been working on bias boxes.
Okay.
Like a party kit.
Party kits.
Yeah, like welcome home bias, because we thought, we started seeing all these people at these events and these K-pop events, and they're, they love their bias, or they're OT7, but they want to celebrate with their friends. So we wanted to start creating these party boxes, and it'll be like welcome home gin, but it'll have everything you need to just have a fun party,
like balloons,
glasses,
plates,
funny glasses for pictures.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to go out and try to find every individual.
Yeah.
Just
We
party.
have it for you. So all you
That's
need is a box.
amazing.
Just decorate, and there you go. There's your party. Yeah.
Is the cake in there too?
No,
No.
I wish we could do that.
No, that's
Go
really
bad,
smart.
What is that?
I said that's really smart. My daughter just my oldest daughter, she just had a birthday in June, and I spent a few months before that trying to order little things here and there, together. And then the day of, my other daughter is super creative, loves to decorate as well. So she handmade sign. It's my daughter's golden birthday. So my other daughter made a sign, stay gold, and did all the little thing, so sweet.
Awesome.
But it would have been so nice to have a box with all the things.
We got you next time, Meghann.
We got you.
We got you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You said bias boxes too, so you got them for everybody, right?
Yeah, and it can be for anybody. We can customize it to be however you want it to be, but it's just, we haven't really pushed it much at other events because they've not been big. They've not been K-pop events.
I'm not laughing at you. There's a comment I gotta tell you in a second that'll
But and something else, we're gonna have, of course, t-shirts. We have a surprise. We do have some tumblers, but we have a surprise with some of those that will be a little different, a little more unique. We have been working on, we have bias bookmarks. We're big readers, but we have bias bookmarks, we have stickers, credit card skins for your debit cards and credit cards. We have skins for those. But we have been working on making our own handmade cosmetics.
Oh my gosh.
This is a lip gloss, and it has little heart confetti in it.
So
It's
cute.
real sheer, but this has been an absolute labor of love. Everything is handmade. We also
a lot
have
of measuring.
a lot of measuring.
What do your houses look like?
Not like Meghann.
My fake house is amazing, okay?
Not like Megan's fake house.
Glitter and sparkles everywhere.
Does it look like some kind of lab when you walk in?
I know, yeah, there's pipettes and
The
gloves.
beakers and the pipe. Yeah, and you get
Kind of. But we've also been working on mini. This is a sample, but little mini eyeshadows,
Oh, fun.
and they will all be BTS based.
So we'll have the biases colors, like the greens and the blues and the purples.
And just some fun colors. Like this
So
would be
fun.
this one. I am thinking of Super Tuna.
We're gonna call it Super Tuna. Yeah.
So
Nice.
good.
Awesome. So it sounds like you have a lot of things.
We do.
That is amazing. There is another, she's not on here. I don't know, maybe I didn't get to her fast enough, but Upcycled K-pop Shop tagged us in a post today on social, and I got so freaking excited. I was so busy today, and I saw it, and I was like, OMG. She's bringing a claw machine, and I have a thing for claw machines. So
we have a gumball machine.
I really have a thing for claw machines. Anytime I've ever gone to a restaurant that has claw machines out in the lobby or something, my husband has to go get a table while and he's literally said this to the wait staff or whatever. Oh, my wife will be here in a minute. She's playing the claw machine. She's in the lobby playing the claw machine. I just got the table. She'll be here in a second.
That's so funny.
So we'll have a claw machine somewhere too, which will be fun.
That
Yeah.
sounds so exciting. I didn't even know some of those things were things you could do, like skins for the credit card, and bookmarks. I'm a huge reader as well.
That's where your girls, aren't they?
And my girls are too. So, I mean, again, OT7, I have to get one of each. Like, I've got lots of books reading at the same time. So, but no, that's exciting. And I really
I bought all of the books that Namjoon recommended.
Namjoon
and Yoongi did, so I read all.
I really want to know how to get my books on his list, because I have like, what do I have, like 7 books written that I've authored. If any of y'all know how to get Namjoon to put my books on his list, let me know. Hook me up.
That is so good. I wanted to really quick, because what you had said early on when you were talking about why you started everything and why you were doing this, and I just want to applaud you guys and say thank you, because my daughters also were the first of their friend groups to discover BTS and K-pop, and in the beginning it was really hard for them because they also felt isolated, and even though they loved it, but they felt similarly like, oh, I kind of don't really talk about it as much because I don't want people, you know what I mean? They felt like you're saying, like they had to hide it, if you will, a bit. And I kind of being I'm older, right? So I don't necessarily care.
We are too.
But my kiddos, meeting with their friends, they were worried about their friends' age. So meaning I was like, well, if a 13-year-old thinks I'm uncool, they probably do anyway right now. And that's okay. Like, that's fine. Right. But so I tried to tell them, I'm like, it's okay. So I was the example to them to be like, wow, BTS is awesome, around these other kiddos and stuff. And so it kind of just opened up the conversation a bit, and like I said, I have already accepted that at my age I'm not as cool with teenagers, and that's fine. But it was that's really
why you can't have the same bias.
What?
That's why you can't have the same bias as them.
I think that's part of it, why I can't have the same bias, because they always joke to like, well, some of the older members are equal distance between your age and our age, Mom. Like, the thing is here, kid. Let's stop talking about how old I am. But I just really want to applaud you guys and let you know you're not alone in that. And I think that's really common when you find something that is very niche, but also so powerful to your life. You have to work through that process of being like, I'm not alone. Other people love this awesome but unique thing as well. And what's been fantastic with BTS in the past few years, since their English-speaking albums especially came out, or more songs, is that they have grown so much more in popularity, that people want to find people like you that know more about them, that can be a cheerleader as they explore what it means to be ARMY. So yeah, that's awesome.
Her sister just recently got into them also. So it's been cool, like watching her grow and like learn to love BTS also.
Because she hit her lowest point in her life. And so that's when she found them. Because you know how they always say, was it, you don't find BTS, they find you?
Yes.
You need them most. Yep.
Yes. So then she slowly get into it, and now she's understanding why I've loved them since 2018. So she's like, oh, now I know why. I was like, yes. Like, because
they're not like, they're not like any other group. They're not like any, it's not like Meghann keeps talking about she's old. I'm 49 and I've never stand a group in my life. And now I use that word. I stand, because they're not just a music group. It's you can honestly say you love these people, because love comes back and forth between them, and you all know this, but anybody that isn't down the rabbit hole doesn't know it and thinks that it's the same as a Western band, which is absolutely not the same.
Right.
It's a completely different thing. And even amongst the K-pop, like BTS is just its own thing. They're their own genre. It's the BTS genre.
For me, it was like, I started listening to their music, of course, but then I went down the rabbit hole of watching Run BTS episodes.
Yes.
And, like, also because they're so funny, and it's just like In the Soup is like my comfort show, or like Bon Voyage or something like.
Yeah,
I could rewatch those over and over.
I know, right?
And that's the joy of discovering ARMY in the past few years, like later, is that you get to binge all of it, right? Whereas people that were there from the beginning, which is awesome for them, but it's like when you watch a show and you have to wait each week for something to come out. And now we get the joy of just being like, next episode.
So I finished in 2020, so I had nothing but time to learn. Like during the pandemic, I had nothing but.
Teresa says in the comments, I've gone through several batteries in my flashlight going down that rabbit hole. That's a great comment. I like
that. That's great.
The rabbit hole is deep. You definitely need a few. I don't know if you've heard anyone else say that, Teresa, or if that's yours, but that is gold. You should maybe, copyright. You should claim that. That's pretty good. Allison, what made you switch over from anime conventions and things like that to K-pop? Like what pulled you?
I still do Comic Cons. I just don't do them as often.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do them as often because business wasn't going fast enough for me to afford more cons.
Okay.
But I have a Comic Con that I'm going to do in November. But I moved into doing BTS, doing K-pop events when I hosted I got into BTS when I co-hosted a cup sleeve event with my friend, with Michelle.
Okay.
And we went to Permission to Dance, and it was just everything all at once. And I was helping her out with this thing, and next thing you know, we're at this concert. And but then I hosted a gin cup sleeve event because I was excited for the astronaut to come out. And if I'm going to vend at a cup sleeve event, I'm going to do my photo booth. So I did Selfie with Your Bias, except I hadn't named it yet. And then another friend in Memphis did an event called K World Memphis, and I brought my photo booth and my cup sleeve crowns and named it Selfie with Your Bias and cut out hundreds and hundreds of PNGs of various K-pop artists before the event because I didn't want to cut them out after. But anyway,
makes sense.
It's something that I added in, and I thought I wasn't going to do a lot of cons, but I'm actually at the con I'm doing in November. I'm a con photographer, so I'm trading my service for trading my volunteering for the table. So they make me feel kind of important, but I've actually really enjoyed the lead up to this con, Borahae Con, because it's way more involved with vendors than any con I've ever done before. Sorry, I'm like reading. But anyway, so yeah, I still do Comic Cons, but I got in through cup sleeve events.
Okay. Makes sense. So I'm doing some of the comments here. And so Teresa's comment that we all loved about going through several batteries in her flashlight going down that rabbit hole. And I asked if that was, something that somebody else said got from somewhere, if that was her. She says that's 62 years of wisdom. And Marie says we need a t-shirt with that. And so t-shirt makers, maybe you ought to get with Teresa and have a little talk about that, huh?
Is this a copyright?
Don't do that.
Yeah. Teresa, talk to Sarange Studio and see what they say. And then Brooke says, right, so true, and I'm happily lost down the rabbit hole. Ignore any missing posters from my family. My son knows where to find me. I read it like missing posters, like she was missing posters from her house, but she said no missing posters. I know where to find her.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh boy. Okay, so somehow the comment is showing up on the screen now, which I don't know how I did that, but oh, there we go. We're back. Okay. These comments are great. Oh, Teresa said she'll stop by your booth. You guys can chat. Okay. Bring a contract. Bring a contract. You guys
will give you some of the proceeds.
Yeah, you guys can discuss how you're gonna do that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so these are just 2 of our amazing vendors. We've got 8 amazing vendors, some of them with multiple booths, just like these 2. And we also actually just pulled on a new artist today too at the last moment who found us. So excuse me, vendor room's gonna be hopping.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then hopefully there'll be some hopping of the vendors afterwards in the dance party.
We'll be there.
It actually says dance party on the schedule that I made yesterday. It says dance party time. So
Oh, you did? I didn't know that. You changed it, huh?
I updated it to that to say dance party with BTS playlist. So we knew exactly what we were getting ourselves into during that time frame.
At the 9 o'clock mark. Got it.
The 9 o'clock mark is now official dance party.
Got it.
Party, yeah.
Girl's retired. She needs the bucks. Oh, you better bring a contract. And
I love the little laughing cry emoji.
The moolah.
When you're tilting sideways. So funny.
Money, money, money. and dollar.
That one I usually get stuck in my head often too. I wake up to that one. And I'm like,
right. That's a great lead in actually to I want to know everybody on this panel tonight what and in the comments, comment people too. What are the phrases that you say all the time?
La chibolala.
I have a
ITOB. IT.
that one all the time.
Or hey, stop it. The other version of it. Hey, stop it. Anybody looking for their bag? Did you see my bag?
Did you see my bag? Yeah.
Anything else? What else are everybody's favorite?
I do that one very often. I do the motion when I say it to my kids too, if I'm looking for something. So they know specifically I'm serious right now.
Yeah.
I'm dancing. This means this is real.
It's serious.
I do STOPIT a lot, especially when like something's not working. Like if, I don't know, I drop something or like, something's not working like I wanted to, some piece of machinery or whatever. I'm always like, oh, STOPIT.
Yes. Brooke said very important business.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes.
I'd actually say one of my favorite songs is Airplane Part 2.
Yeah.
And and when I say all the time, I mean at least once a day. I'll say yeah, and then I'll go yeah. Kids are now the kids are in on it. So if one of us says yeah, we all are like yeah.
I have a bag I bring that says, "Did you see my?" Oh, nice! You're gonna bring that bag, Brooke? That says, "Did you see my bag?" All right, we'll know which one Brooke is then.
Yeah. I really want to get the bag there's a bag that and I don't remember who makes it that I saw and I missed it when it sold out, but it was the oh my which obviously love from Boy Love, but whenever I hear that, when I read it, I hear when they were being goofballs on stage and they were doing the funny version of that when they won an award. So all I hear is me going, oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly. You're one, you're two. So
I
good.
lost the chat now. Sorry. Okay, everybody. So we can keep going with that, but our dear Allison must leave us at this time. So she's gonna pop out. So everybody say bye, Allison.
Bye. My kids are young. I have to put them to bed.
Some days.
Bye. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
See you soon. All right, my ladies. Brooke says that was funny. So you must have said something really funny when I was reading Allison's chat that said she had to run. What was it? What did I miss?
I think when we were talking about the oh my, that part. Oh, no, another one we say is no. When I say no to something, that all of my kids go, everybody say no. And I'm like, rude. Funny.
Do they do the opera version?
The what?
Do they do the opera version?
Yes, my girls sing that because everybody say no.
Yeah.
I think that's the funniest.
John Cook's opera version of that song. Yeah.
I say not today all the time too. So somebody, no, not today. They're like, Mom, you didn't sing that properly. I'm like, I was trying to not.
No, not today.
Oh, we got a comment. Teresa says, when I'm ready to leave any place, I'll tell my grown son, waiting on you on my.
So good.
Teresa, really, we should give you the link and you should pop in here, man. You got the
So good.
It's too bad we may not be back here next week because we're going to be so freaking busy. But those are great. Thanks for popping in the comments there. And Marie says lately, nope, not today.
That's right. That's right.
That is how that goes. So I'm not a big so I can't eat cheese. I'm lactose intolerant and I can't eat gluten. So I don't eat pizza really. Or not really pasta either, unless it's got like it's gluten free and it's got olive oil or something. So anyway, my husband eats pizza and pasta, so I'll do the PIZZA, PASTA, or if it's the other direction, I don't remember. And then wow, is it is pasta first? PASTA, pasta, PIZZA? No, PAZZA pizza, PASTA pasta. Wow, is that?
Yes, yes.
This first. Okay, yeah. I would get them messed up.
That's funny.
So Jin seems to be in on a lot of those, huh?
I love him.
I mean, I love PIT and his
worldwide handsome.
Exactly. No, I just can't. He cracks me up so much. Like unintentionally is the point though too. I'm like, there's times where I just can't. I'm like laughing and I'm like, he's not trying to make people laugh in this moment, but I cannot actually handle it. It's too much. Does
he have that humor like is it Ben Stiller humor where they, especially at Night at the Museum, where they tell him he's got that dangly bells? Did you guys see that?
I have seen Night at the Museum.
Yeah, like you just have that humor. You just don't have to even say anything. You just like. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, when the Egyptian comes back to life and laughs at everything. Yes, that is kind of accurate.
Yeah.
And like, there's even certain dance moves that he does that I'm just like, oh, I love it so much because it's Jin. It's so Jin. Even just the way he's doing it, and he's not doing the dance. He's doing the dance amazingly. It's just so him that he makes it like I'm like. Some of them, the kids just laugh at me so hard because I just can't. It's too good.
You know what I love though is I love when they let him choreograph Spinebreaker.
Oh, brilliant!
Oh
Spinebreaker. That's a brilliant example of why I can't.
My hands are behind my back. You can't
seriously. It's so good. I don't even think I don't know if he means to be as funny as he is sometimes because it's brilliant.
I can't believe they went along with that Spinebreaker choreo and the costumes.
I love it.
But they're just like, whatever, Jen, we'll do what you say. This
I
is
love
what
their pearls on their sunglasses.
Yeah, you want us to do like the hoedown, turn around, whatever. Okay. You know, like they just go along with it. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know.
John Reeves, our reactor from John Reeves Live, just popped in the comments and he said, what a great conversation to come in on. Jin, I did hear that John is a Jin bias and he needs to go over to his Instagram and grab his link and pop in and talk to us on here. So I'm hoping he does that. While we're waiting for that.
Bias. So if he's a Jin bias, then he's in heaven right now with all the glorious content.
Well, he went to Festa. He's got, if you go over to his channel, he went to Festa. He's got videos. He's got in our what do I want to call it? Our flyer
poster.
His photo is him at Festa. But you know, so he was all about the Jin. He had on his Super Tuna shirt. So
good. I saw some of that on stories in real time. So I was in minuscule parts living vicariously through his time at Fest. It was so awesome.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. Well, on our Instagram, because when I pop in, a lot of times I'm the one that's being like, ha ha ha, heart emote. That's me. I'm just always like, I love this. It's great. Perfect. That's me. And so I was on there, you know, whenever I knew Fest was happening, I was trying to like scroll through everybody's to see like what was happening in the stories. And yeah, it was great to see. Great. He did a great job capturing the emotion of those people out there and it was really cool.
And Jin looks so happy. He just looks like genuinely
really good.
I mean, hugging. And when he talked about how he fought to hug more armies,
I
was like, it's brilliant. I love it so much.
And there's and I always say, but I feel like I always bring this up, but there are no Western groups that make me feel like they're as dedicated. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
just, I don't know. BTS has always been just on a different level. as far as I feel like making their fans feel heard and understand and or understood. And I don't know, like, it's just, you don't get that with Western music.
No,
you don't.
I don't even think you get that with I mean, I know that other K-pop groups have their fan base names too, and I know that they genuinely appreciate them, but I have not seen, there's not, I mean, they've written so many songs to ARMY, and when they talk to them, not just about them, but when they talk directly to ARMY at concerts or at events and stuff, they genuinely are interacting with them, and it's not in this obligatory sort of way, like, oh, thank you for buying my stuff so I exist. It's more like we literally wouldn't be here today without your love and support. And because of that, they keep pouring back out content that's like, you need to love yourself too. You're important. You're valuable. That's why, like, I love Microcosmos. It's one of my favorite. I like tear up sometimes when I watch the video. I'm like, no wonder JK was crying. Okay, it was a little moment. So it's but I totally agree. It's so special to be a part of ARMY because it is unlike anything else. I love that.
I told him to bring them on. What's he doing?
That's so funny.
Bring them on. The heck?
Oh, I think you might have clicked on it. It's back on the bottom of the thing here, but
oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm clicking all the things now. We're full screen. Okay. I don't know how to get it off of here.
I think if you click off of it.
Okay, no, I got it. We're back. I never said I was a tech person. I'm actually, for my level of tech, I'm doing a darn good job. Let me just tell you. for my level of tech. John, bring your daughters on. What the heck? Daughters have their friends over and dance moves. You know, just. Like, I feel like that's some great content for this live. So
I love that you're learning dance moves with them, though. That's fantastic. How great. Amanda and I both have dance backgrounds. We that's another reason why we love BTS, because their performances are brilliant. And I mean, there's some dances I think there's certain dances we've watched multiple times. All of us probably have little favorites that we're like, I'm gonna watch this on repeat till Netflix asks me if I'm still there. Like,
I'll just watch it and I'm like, the stamina these boys have. I'm like barely like trying to breathe. I don't know how they do
Thank you. I'm not even singing and I'm halfway through the dance like, it's fine. Fine. I'm gonna be fine, right?
Fine.
So one of my favorites and one of the things I would love a photo of, because it's the thumbnail when you see the video, whoever has it on YouTube, when it's the video of just this particular dance, it's when Jimin does the instrumental version of I Need You with the little white outfit and the little fabric that he's got.
It's incredible.
The thumbnail is him in midair with the fabric over him, and I just want like a portrait of that.
That's art.
It is. It's so beautiful, and just the way the lights hit it, and that's one of the things that I remember in the beginning. So my story was, I started just doing general, exercising, dancing for fun, whatever in the house. And I don't, as a life coach for so many years, I don't want mantras in my head repeating nasty lyrics that I don't want over and over and over in my head, like a lot of music is. And so my husband said, why don't you listen to K-pop? You won't know what they're saying. And I'm like, all right. So I started listening to K-pop playlists, and every single time I was like, this song's awesome. This song's a banger. What is this? BTS every time, every single time.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, who is this BTS? So I started, getting into it and going down the rabbit hole. But I remember, as a longtime dance instructor, dance studio owner, I haven't done it for a long minute, but that was my former career before life coach and author speaker. But anyway, I remember watching some of the Mama performances, I think it was, and I just sat there like,
yeah,
because having run dance schools, like I also was the producer of all the shows and things like that. So I was, helping with the lighting and the
what goes into making that performance what it is.
So it's like, it's not just the dancing, it's not just the singing, it's the whole artistry of the lighting designers and the costume designers and the the stage prop designers, and just every little minute thing. And so I remember just watching it all and just being like, what in the world is this? Oh my God. You know, what, like you said, Chung, like what a piece of art.
Yeah,
I remember just looking at it and be like, oh my God, this entire production is just art, all of it.
Yeah.
I love the one mama. Was it 2019 maybe? It was the one where they had the big inflatable tiger, and they performed for like, it was like a 44-minute set.
Yeah, they each came out in the beginning, and then they all.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Whatever
there's a panel, whatever, it's so like
an award show.
Yes.
One of my favorite things I see online is when people show clips of their performances at them, and they're always like, reminder, this is an award show, not a concert. I'm like, what other group do you know? And it's like everybody, the audience, the other, you know, artists there, everybody's like, yeah. You know, it's like the love is there. Yeah. One of the things I appreciate so much about BTS dances too, from a technical perspective, is their staging and transitions between movement, because they're constantly moving. That is so hard, especially in the middle of the movements that they're doing, to be like, okay, JK's in the back right corner, now he's center, and now he's back left, and then he's got to transition and weave, and they're all doing it at the same time. And it is you have to know those people that you're working with well, and you have to practice hard to make that look as good as it does every time. It's crazy.
Jimin's the one they make move the furthest, the most often.
They do, because
he like leaps. He just
leaps. I was just gonna say, he jumps to the next spot every time.
He doesn't walk or step or dance. He just like glides from, you know, back corner, like you said, to like front over here.
So I was watching one of the, I want to say it's called Best of Me, one of their live performances, and where they're on stage, and I was actually really watching how they were moving. And if you watch it carefully, like the way how they dance, they disperse, and then they have to quickly in step come back together and then quickly disperse again, and they're always constantly moving. I think they said that was one of the hardest choreography to dance for them, but it's amazing and it's beautiful. Like I said, it's an artwork, and just the stamina they have to have in order to dance, and trying to remember where their spot's supposed to be at. Like, it's just amazing. How they're
not just remembering choreography, which is like an entire thing in itself.
Yeah,
they're remembering their choreography, they're remembering their lyrics, they're remembering their staging, they're remembering other languages, because they memorize a bunch of, you know, words and phrases and other languages to do
so awesome
countries. You know, it's like, so a lot of times too, I'm sitting there thinking like, the stuff that they had to memorize, and probably they had like 24 hours to do some of it too, right? You know, like maybe not even.
Are you sure they're human? Are they even human?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it was like 30 minutes before they went on, and
so talented.
Like, make sure you learn like 5 French phrases right now. Go. You know?
Good luck.
They're like in perfect sync, and they are. And I'm not knocking any other K-pop groups, because they all are talented and they can all dance, but there's something about their synchronization of BTS.
Yes.
When they are dancing.
You know why? Hobie.
Hobie,
you make sure.
You're scared of Hobie?
Yeah, exactly. I love they all look at him if they mess up. They're like, did you see that? I hope you didn't see that. Yeah.
He's probably got eyes in the back of his head and like a side eye.
Yeah.
No, it's true though. I recently saw a video where there was somebody who, and this is another thing I love about ARMY. There's so many awesome ARMY that are so talented, and also just take their free time and do brilliant things with it, because somebody put together a video of all these different jumps over the years that BTS did on stage, and without fail. And no, I'm not talking about the times where they were being goofballs and it wasn't in like a choreographed dance, but without fail in these choreographed dances, their jumps, you could literally swipe a broom underneath. Not a single person was out of sync. That's mind blowing. I used to do dance and cheer, and I can tell you, even at a competitive level, there's still always the possibility that somebody's off by a half beat, and to see that is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody's always off by a half, you know, inch or whatever. No matter how,
and like how they always said, you know, Namjoon and Jin are the weaker dancers. You tell me where the weakness is at.
I had a conversation about this in a Facebook group, and I said, you know, as a former dance teacher and dance studio or whatever, like Are they the weaker of the 7? Yes,
Maybe
but
they're
that's like saying they're the weakest gold medalists in the Olympics.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
A winner's a winner.
yeah, they're not as gold medal as the other gold medalists, but they're
That's a
still
good way
gold
to say it.
medalists in the Olympics. You know.
Amazing.
You know, I look
Yeah,
at that,
it's
I
so
think I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, they're
It's
no.
amazing.
I'll tell. Dionysus is the one that I watch
Yes.
out of all of them. Whenever I watch that, I am like, I'm out of breath watching it. I
Yeah,
haven't even
I'm
moved
like-
off the couch and I'm feeling exhausted.
Yeah.
When they sit down at the end and they're all like, I'm like, you earn those deep breaths. You can take a minute. That is.
Or you know, like how when Namjoon, like towards the end of it, and Namjoon, he jumps down and he gets into perfect choreography. after he
Yes.
jumps. And I'm like, wow, because
Mhm.
he just falls right into it.
Yeah. And the mom side of me is always a little nervous. I'm like, oh man, if one
The
person.
tables give me anxiety. Dancing on
way how
those
it
rolling
moves.
tables.
Yep. Yep.
oh man.
Well, we're going to have fun dancing, even
I
if it's not
know.
perfectly choreographed. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah,
at-
we're having a blast.
Yeah, I'm
evening
not
person.
doing any choreography at the con. If I move my body at all at that con, shaking my booty, it's not going to be choreography because there's no way that's fitting in this con brain.
yeah.
Not going in there.
Look, we're thinking, look, no husbands, no kids. It's just gonna be us and
We're
BTS.
just dancing.
We're going to enjoy our nights.
You're
Oh,
gonna partay.
exactly. Yep.
Our husbands are on staff, so
That's fine. He's
Sorry.
so used to me dancing anyway. It's fine. It's normal. Yeah, it's good. So
Yeah.
fun.
Hours behind in North
Yeah,
Carolina.
bye, bye, kids, bye, honey.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and we're so excited to have y'all. We're so excited for
We're
these.
excited.
We've said so many times, like we really are, this incredible idea Amanda had, and seeing it come to fruition and being able to have such top tier vendors, such incredible guests, hosts, panelists. I mean, it's really like we got our first pick of everything we were really looking for, and it's been
Awesome.
it's just wow, we're just so blessed and we're so thankful for the quality of incredible people that want to be a part of this and that are going to be there, and the guests coming. We're just so excited they get to be a part of all the love. We're here to celebrate BTS and being ARMY, and that's pretty incredible.
There's going to be no better place to be, and then just feeling that camaraderie
Yes,
with everyone. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good time.
it is. It's going to be real good.
Yes.
absolutely. So we didn't even talk much about anything else at the con like we always do.
Sorry.
No, that's totally fine. We're loving it. Hey, my job as a holistic life coach is to hold the space for whatever wants to be born within the space, and this wanted to be born, so it got born. So I don't ever shut it off. I keep the car on the road. So like if we're going off in a tangent we don't need to be on, I will pull us back. But no, this wanted to be born and we are good. So, all this discussion needed to be born today. Yeah, so I mean everyone pretty much knows what's going on at the con anyway. We've been teasing it, we've been putting it on our stuff, we've been talking about it on these live streams, all the cool stuff we've got, all the performers, all the programming, all the vendors. It's so cool to be able to have brought on some vendors today and have them, just chat with us and really talk about cool stuff in the vendor room. Because we've been able to drop teasers for Prism Crew, we've been able to drop teasers for Miro. We've been able to, share Liam McEwen's interviews, all his interviews with BTS. You never said stop it. That's right, Teresa. I didn't say stop it because nobody's car was going where they
Hey,
should.
you stop it.
So I did stop it. Shit, Teresa. Make sure you come and meet me at the con. I gotta.
That's what I said. I was thinking too. We gotta be friends.
Marie, you too, absolutely. And Brooke, I met Brooke a couple times already, so that's awesome. But Teresa, you got to bring me some of that humor because I might need it. I might have a little bit of calm brain that day.
You might be going down to say hi to the medic for 2 seconds and just hiding back and be like, deep breathe with me right now. No.
No. Hey, Meghann, speaking of which, I don't believe my inbox ever received the English version of the tomato song that I might need to sing when I'm sleepy to make me laugh. So can you just send that on over when you have a second?
I'm sorry. Okay, I will. I will do that. Shoot.
last week yes, Jessica and Chong. Last week on our live, we talked about how we might be like a little slap happy and a little overtired because we're going to be there really early on Saturday and we're going to be there on Friday, putting everything together. But yeah, so we got talking about, I think Greg yes, there he is. Greg jumped into the thing and said, husbands are cool. But then he also said last week that we should sing the tomato song if we're tired. So I said I wanted to be able to do that because it would make me laugh if I was about to conk out. And Meghann said that she had an English version that maybe I could handle.
I saw somebody who does these little, and there's a few, so I can't say one, but there's a few, again, Army, so talented, that take little clips of the members from different shows and things, and they do mini cartoons, just real cute, like chibi style cartoons. And they put in the talking bubbles, the English version of whatever words they were saying in Korean. So it gives you so much more context to obviously if you're watching some things, there's the English translations, but you know what I'm saying? When somebody that actually is fluent in both can kind of translate certain slang a little bit better and kind of contextual meanings. But anyway, so I saw a little tiny cute cartoon of that in the English version. And so I forgot to send him. I have to find it now. I feel bad. I forgot.
I want to sing the tomato song.
Listen, I tried Duolingo for 3 years to learn Korean, and it's hard. It's so hard.
It's so hard. It's such a different language than ours, but any language that's syllable based, you know what I mean?
I taught ESL for years, and it is something. And then I think like teaching my students, because I had Korean students also that were learning English, and and like the nuances of the English language though sometimes too, but then I'm trying to do Korean. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I even bought the kit, the BTS specific kit.
Oh, I love that.
I had my little pen and it was Namjoon, but he didn't help me. It was so hard.
Like, listen, when I meet Namjoon, I'm going to be like, we need to converse about how I can get better at Korean because you Duolingo thing with your name.
I can barely say hello and you want me to write a song. Come on, Hybe, do better.
I applaud honestly, English is so hard to learn and it is so contrary to every other language out there, like not even syllable based, but also like Latin based and all those. It is people that learn English as a second language are rock stars. Seriously.
Oh, speaking of Korean and the syllables and the syllables. So we're doing one of our programming for all you people who are doing the general admission. One of our programming options is Why So Serious in honor of Suga, acrostic poems. And Meghann and her girls have so lovely discerned and figured out how are we going to do this, because there is the English version of acrostic poems and there is the Korean version of acrostic poems. Are we going to hybrid it? What are we going to do here? So we're going to have some of each. If you want to explain it better than I can, because you guys are the ones that came up with it, and you can kind of you can explain and then how the Korean version is going to work in Circle too, and that way people will get a little heads up how that game's going to work.
Yes, yeah. So obviously the American version, we write a word vertically, and then you put a poem basically that starts with each letter. So, like arm. I mean, that doesn't actually have anything, but you know what I'm saying? You get the idea of what it is. It's just the word based with the start of that. That's English. But the Korean version is, because it's a syllable-based language, it's whatever the syllable ends on, they start a word with that syllable. And that works great for their language, but it's kind of hard for our language. So I figured meaning to write that out would be impossible. But verbally, we could totally do something similar like that in a circle. So,
Let's do it.
So where if I said, Amanda and I talked about this,
let's do an example, Meghann. Can we go around the four of us and do
so
an
like,
example?
well, let's start with the one we talked about. So I was like, so if I say Amanda, the last syllable is the duh sound. It doesn't matter how it's spelled because we're just doing this auditory in a circle. So she has to come up with a word that starts with the duh sound.
Dang.
Dang, 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 dang.
That's a hard one. And then you'd have to come up with one that starts with an ang, like angular.
Okay, Jessica, what starts with ang?
Angular. And then you get an and you're like, erstwhile. I don't know.
Okay, so we'll let you
some words
airplane. Okay, so Jessica, you got ang. Come up with something, but you can't use angular now because Meghann already did. So ang, go.
Oh my God.
And the game ends. No, I'm just kidding.
Drink up. That was hard.
That would be some of that. I think last time we did I think we did Amanda, and then we did
That's fun.
delicious, and then the sound, shake, and wake, kind of thing. So I don't want to give away too many, but it's that kind of a way.
Chung, do you have one for ang?
Angle.
Angle. Okay, well, we'll go back to Jessica.
Why did I not say that?
No.
Back to Jessica. Goal. Gullible.
Gullible. Gully.
Okay, Meghann. So what you gotta do? Bull then? Go
Yeah.
bull.
Bull.
Bully.
Ooh.
So you got Lee.
Leave.
So I have E.
You have Lee. It's the last syllable.
Leave.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Just kidding. JK. Just kidding.
Third day. Oh,
Does
good.
it-
Angst. That was a good one, Brooke. Angst was a
Does
good
the
one.
game end when the next person can't come up with anything? Is that
Yeah,
when
well, so sometimes there's multiple ways. We actually haven't fully decided exactly this portion, but we can. There's multiple ways you can play it. You can either that round can be over and you can restart with a new word. The person who couldn't think of a word can restart, or if there's a bigger group of people, what you do is the person who can't come up with one is eliminated for that round until it gets back to basically, and then you start over again with a full group of people. So
I like the elimination thing. That's kind of good.
It's kind of fun because
Not because I want to be mean and competitive, but because I just think it would be fun.
No, and if there's more than 3 or 4 people, having elimination round helps speed up the game, and you can get through a lot more that way. But it's kind of a fun, play on the thing. And English words can be hard with this, so I imagine that it would be really fun to see the funny words that people come up with.
No,
I feel like
Run
slang
BTS
could be
style
allowed.
punishments, Brooke. No, we're not doing Run BTS style punishments.
No.
Although Meghan's daughters, when we asked them to compile a list for Liam about all the different Run BTS games that he could host to see which ones he wanted to do, she did have to stop them from anything that really had water guns in it. So
I like
My
the
kids were like,
cut
it'd be so fun if there was somebody that was shooting the water guns. If you got it wrong, I was like, no, that would not actually be fun.
Like
I don't I don't think the hotel would be too excited about that either.
That's what I said. I was
Most
like,
of the
unless
hotel
you
would-
want to clean up the floor and
Like, you don't
find
have a
people
pool?
with clothes. Yeah, exactly. No
Yeah, I
pool
don't
to
think
jump
they'd be
into.
too happy with me and my signing of the contract if we
so
got their
funny.
floor and chairs
So
all wet.
funny.
No dressing up as Snow White either. No.
No, we couldn't do too many costumes, but yeah, so funny.
No, but okay, let's do it one more time. So we're starting with Jessica since we outed on her. We'll go around to me, and then we're gonna hit you guys up in the comments. So get ready. All right, Jessica, you're up. Just any word. Pick a word.
Apple.
Okay. So pull, Chung.
Oh, me? Polar?
Okay.
Lark.
Crabby. All right, Teresa, what do you got? B. Type it in the comments. It's got to start with the syllable B. Or the sound, I guess. Sound B.
Then that gets them full.
Get those typing fingers ready. We got to keep it rolling. Hopefully Teresa's still here and I'm not calling on somebody.
They have another tab open and they're cheating right now.
She's looking it up. No cheating. No cheating.
They're like Google.
Pretend you're on camera.
Hey Siri.
I don't see her. Teresa, are you there? B. What starts with B? Oh, I don't see her. I don't see her. Maybe she stepped away. Brooke, can you pop in? We'll go back to Teresa. Brooke, what do you got for B? Marie's finding this funny.
Yeah, we had some funny ones before.
Brooke, can you start something with B?
Everybody wants to do
The sound. What'd you say about grapefruit? Bead. Okay, Brooke says bead. Okay, Marie. Oh, Teresa says beautiful. Okay, Teresa, we're gonna come back to you. You popped in a little too late.
So D. How about Teresa comes up with something with the D sound?
D. What starts with D? The sound of D. I'm kind of afraid of this one.
I think there's a little bit of a delay.
Especially with Teresa's humor. I don't know. I feel like we already know Teresa really well.
It's gonna be
danger.
Oh.
You went with the song.
Okay, Marie, what do you got?
Jur.
With jur? Is it jur or gur?
Jur, technically.
Jur,
if we're doing
gur.
it based on the sound.
Yeah, well, you can have jur or gur, Marie. We'll give you some leeway.
Either one is fine. That's kind of what's fun about this game when you're doing it fast paced in a circle with people too, is you can kind of have somebody that's the judge if some, you know what I mean? It's fun to have things that are a little bit silly. Also, like, you know, words that are pseudo words, slang words, or character name words, you know.
So Marie says earth, but it's
she did the
G. Hi, Charlene. Marie, it's jur with a G, like danger at the end of danger. So your word has to start with the jur sound, G-E-R.
I think she just did the sound at the very end instead of the G, the jur. So I think that works too. Earth. So the th sound would be thoughtful, Amanda.
Okay, so we're all looking at cards right now. Where's the mic? Mic drop.
You won, Greg. You won.
Greg just killed the round.
Top notch. You won.
Oh, the way he did it too, girl.
Yeah, you just killed the round right there. Okay. Well, we lost Meghann. She just disappeared. She's done. Excellent, Teresa says. Sherlyn says Plis Calit Omega. Does anyone see that? Does anyone know?
I saw that.
Is that English? I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Plis Calit Omega. Oh, well, hi. I'm not sure what that is. Meghann, we got to bring her back on stage. She left the stage. Exit, stage right. Meghann said move. We said mic drop, Meghann said bye-bye, leave.
It's actually because, and I'm thankful I still have power. The neighborhood next to us just lost their power. It's rolling through our area.
Well,
there was some storms and they were really random. And I guess
they are really random because
there was a transformer not far from here that blew. So it looks like my neighborhood didn't get the full power outage, but that's why my internet is currently mad at me.
Well, you exited at kind of a funny time anyway, so
yeah, it's crazy.
It worked okay. Brooke says it's getting stormy by her too.
It's a storm here. I don't think it is yet, but it's supposed to.
Well, that's another great thing about this.
You're in North Carolina. You said rally. Is it rally or rally?
Raleigh.
One of them. It's Raleigh. Is that Raleigh true?
Raleigh.
Yes, Raleigh, true.
Is that Raleigh true?
Where are you from?
I got yelled at for saying certain places in Kentucky wrong a few years ago.
Uh-oh.
So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna assume it's the opposite of what I originally thought it was, and I'll probably be right. I'm not originally from the South, and I respect their lingo.
You all are making me laugh so hard I'm crying and my mascara is stinging my eye.
Yeah, it's funny. And when I used to teach ESL, sometimes my students would pick up on my Southern dialect, so I'd have to be really careful. There was no more saying dog. I had to say dog. I had to really catch myself how I enunciate.
I'm originally from the Northeast, so
my husband is too.
Yeah, and so you've probably heard. So we have a lot more of the actual British, based version of English. So, like I say, aunt for my parents' sister, AUNT.
Like that now, just because he made fun of me. He was like an aunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I say aunt. I am of the ants.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny is I also taught. Well, I teach my kiddos, but I also have an English background as well. And so it's funny because when you see, because the English language is made up of phonograms, but they're made up of letters, and then certain phonograms have like 4 different pronunciations, and you're like, people are like, but what is it here? And I'm like, it's contextual. That's what I would always say. Just depends.
Hey, that's even the title of our con. It's Borahae con for some. It's Borahae con to me. So whatever you want it to be. Potato, Bora. Because I mean, photographer and photo, if it goes from photo to, you don't say photographer, you say photographer. So I take Bora and turn it into Borahae. That is what I do. But I'm not going to judge anybody else. You can Borahae, you can whatever. Our poor sales manager at the hotel. I was talking to her the other day, and she was about to say the name of our con, and she's just like, I'm not going to say it. And I'm like, she goes, people have called and asked me, and I've been afraid to say it because I don't think I'm saying it right. And so today I talked to her, and she said, we have it phonetically spelled up on our board right now, so we don't mess it up.
We were at the last event that we were at. There was this girl going around and she was taking videos of all the booths, and she got to ours and she just looked at it for a minute. She was like,
oh yeah,
sangria. Yes.
You're like, that is an A-OK substitution for me.
She said, I know I just messed that up.
Are you the sangria girls then?
I love it. That's so funny. That's so good.
That's like poor Allison being Bunny Malkavian.
Oh, Marie, that is so accurate. Marie was just talking about Demombrian, which also is.
I was going to ask you that, Meghann. I was going to say, okay, Nashville people, how do you say Demon?
Yeah, Demombrian. Yeah, that is a funny one for people to also say, because it's spelled like demon, brawn, but it's Demombrian. Yeah.
Add sangria to your
Hey, I learned that when I moved. Marie wants sangria at your booth.
I like the way you think, Marie. No,
I don't. We're not going to condone alcohol at any of our
vendors.
We will
not. No,
we'll say that does not go there. Sorry, but
no.
Take it to the bar, Marie.
They might have sangria. I was going to say they might have it at the restaurant. That's true.
On your own time, take it to the bar in the restaurant. We don't know what goes on there.
So, like, my nationality is Hmong, and so English is my second language. And so my parents, they don't speak English. So growing up, trying to learn English was really hard. So my husband, he's Caucasian, so he's always like laughing, not making fun of me, but he laughs because he says like my English is like broken English. And so like there's some lyrics or words I'll say, and I think even Jessica kind of makes fun of me because the word I said like for the word guitar, I say guitar. And they're like, it's not guitar. I was like, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Living in the South.
So like, it's not guitar.
I was gonna say you sound he's living in the South. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's just claim like a regional dialect and you're good to go.
100%.
Yeah. Whichever one applies to the way you said the word.
Yeah,
just claim it.
That's like the word
Oh, that must be from when I spent 2 months in, Louisiana, or
Yeah,
that must be from my summer program in New York. I got a little Bronx in me, or I just
yeah.
So like talking about English letters, like the fish, what is it? Salmon? What's
Salmon.
salmon? I pronounce it salmon because there's an L.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there sure is.
L is silent. I was like, well, if the L is silent, then why is there an L in the word? It's Salomon.
I'm with you, Tom. I'm with you.
Funny.
I did some tutoring just as like a little side thing or whatever. I did some tutoring for a kid that was English as a second language, and there would be things, and I would tell him, I'm like, okay, so here's the deal. You're not wrong about this. This is the way it should be. The way you said it is the way it should be. But I always went back to English is weird.
That's what
Like, I don't have a reason for you why it's this way, this word, or whatever. It's just English.
Sometimes there's not rules.
Yeah, English is
you just
yeah.
have to
And
do
I'd always
it.
tell them about all the rule breakers. Yeah, this is a rule breaker. I know that every other time it's this, and you would think it's this, and you'd be right. This is a rule breaker.
So if I start talking and I sound weird, it's because of that.
Been somewhere else.
I was gonna say I would not have noticed if you hadn't pointed out those words at all. Seriously, but truly, that's one of the things about English is because it is odd and it has picked its roots are in so many different other languages. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where you can get away with so much. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It's totally fine.
Just clean dialect of whatever region it sounds like it works in.
Yeah, so a lot of people say niche, and I say niche. Which is how it's originally from England. But again, that's a Northeast dialect. It's just little words like that. And I don't realize certain things. Okay, well, another one was like pecan versus pecan. I got a funny eye around Thanksgiving when I was like, where are your pecans? And they're like, do you mean pecans? And I was like, sure.
No, see, that's a Southern thing I don't get behind. I say pecans also. I don't say
okay, well, thank you. It was funny. I didn't take offense. I was just like, I think we're speaking the same language. As long as I get what I need for my pie, I'm fine. Like, it's good.
Imagine English being your second language and looking at the word yacht.
No.
Yacht?
Like throwing up or something. Yacht.
I mean, just imagine, like, I don't know. I just saw some of my students sometimes be like, I don't even know how to sound this out. And I'm like, I know.
I remember, I think I was like maybe 7 years old. I don't remember. But I remember I was really proud reading the word office, and I pronounced it as off ice. And I was like, look, it's off ice. It's off ice. I was so proud. They're like, it's office. I was like, oh, my bad.
Oh man, that's one of those sucky moments where you think you did good.
I know. I was like, I was learning to read it. Like, I was really proud.
Did you get some of this at least?
No.
Office.
You want to hear about
never hurt your budding English skills.
Well, you know how Asian parents are. Like, mine's the same way too.
I mean, I've heard.
Very, very strict.
They can't all be like that, though, right? They're not all.
Most.
Yeah.
From my experience,
is that hence the song "Everybody Say No"?
More like everybody say yes because they're all like that.
No, I mean why BTS wrote that song about the students and the kids going, "Everybody say no."
Yeah.
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Putting up the shields and whatever else.
Brooke said, I don't say pecans and I'm born and raised here. I don't
Thank
either.
You, Brooke. Thank you for saying that. That makes me feel a little better. Like I said, ever since I got scolded a bit about Kentucky, it's Louisville. Thank you very much is what they told me. Kentucky. Ever since then, I've just been like, I'm here. So I'm going to make sure I say things correctly as much as can be understood. And, the rest of it, I'm just going to blame on being from another region. Right. So it's good.
That's all you can do sometimes.
That's right. Love myself. I love myself.
Or you can say, I was listening to my GPS too much. And you know how the GPS pronounces street names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have my GPS set to Australia.
Our hotel, according to the GPS, is on Briley Parkway, not Briley. Briley Parkway. Hotel Briley Parkway, according to the GPS.
That's so funny. My
Actually,
theory
Briley,
is
for anyone that's not from here, it is Briley Parkway, but if your GPS will probably say Briley.
yep.
Yeah.
And we have all that information too. That's obviously on all of our social medias and our website. But anybody who buys a ticket will get that email that has all the information, and it has more explicit directions for parking and all of that stuff, so that you'll be set. There's even a little kind of map for that, because I know visually sometimes
Meghann made me
trying to
make a
see
map
something when you're driving down.
lot. All of you who got your
Yep.
parking lot maps, you can thank Meghann. I had to make a parking
Well, I feel like a lot of times I'm trying to see, and I'm a visual learner,
I
so
wrote it all out, and I said, hopefully this makes sense. And Meghann said, I don't understand what you just said. Make a map. So those of you who are visual learners, that's why you have a map. Thank Meghann.
her map was perfect though. Once she showed me what she did on the map, I was like, oh, now I totally get it. It's totally there. So everything will be there. It'll be,
That's why
ready
we
for
do
you
teamwork.
guys. Yeah. And it should be, it'll be fine getting everybody settled and all that. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, the parking map is not a big deal. It's a pretty easy
Yeah,
thing.
We're
It's just
actually staying
go
at
this way this far, and then if you see this, don't go that way anymore. Turn around and go the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
You
registration
guys don't have
does
to worry about
open
that, because you're going to be there way before anybody else is going to be there loading in your stuff. So we
Yeah.
didn't give you a map because you don't need it.
But for everybody watching, registration does start at 10, unless you do have a fan art or fan sign to submit for the contest. You want to get there about a half hour early so we can get
So we can
those, because we're going to have some of our helpers running down there. We're going to get those all set up in the room that we have, that is the craft room, that's open all day. Come and go as you please. And that's where people will go to vote on those. And that's where you can do puzzles. If you need a break, you can
Do your
craft
crafts.
some awesome. Yep,
And
there's lots of fun crafts in there.
our video project that we're doing.
Our YouTube fan video project for BTS that we're going to put together, and
Stop in and get the message, and we're going to put it together later and make a big video out of it. Marie says thank you for the map, Meghann.
You're welcome.
I'm just going to turn my head this way. Hey, I cover a lot of bases on a lot of things. I am ye old accountant and contract writer and signer and overall windows open in my head lady and whatever. So yeah, if I didn't make a visual map, that's why we teamwork it. So yeah.
That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Excited about what? The BTS project or the map, Brooke? Which thing are you excited about? It better be the BTS video project and not the map.
So funny. Probably the project. Let's
not the map
project. Yeah, both. She could be excited about both. I'm excited about
way more excited about the project than the map.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's
good. Like to have fun here, and we're glad you came and joined us, and that you seem to like to have fun too. You're fitting in just fine.
I think what's great is that, like we said, we all love BTS. We're all ARMY, and like attracts like, and I think there's just a lot of awesome people out there that are going to be able to meet up at this event that otherwise wouldn't. And that's part of what makes it so exciting, is that not only is there just incredible entertainment, top-notch guests and hosts and panels and all this programming, we have amazing vendors to shop from, and then there's places for people to just hang out, get to know one another, chat, connect, find a buddy, and know that you're not alone, and know that there's other people that also love BTS just like you. And so it's kind of awesome, because it's not just a day of fun, I'll try to do this and that, but it's a day to really connect. And that's one of the things that Amanda brought up in the beginning when she was talking about it that really pulled me towards it, was she's like, I want a space, not just to have fun. I want there to be fun, but I want a place to celebrate and a place to connect people to know that they're not alone. And I was like, yes, let's do this. So
Yeah.
And connect on a lot of levels. Connect on the deep level, connect on the fun level, connect on the I don't know what to go to next because there's so much cool programming. Which one are you going to level?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I only have this much money to spend and I want something from every single one of these vendors. What would you do level?
I was telling her we need to make money so we can go out and buy stuff and
go to the other vendor booths.
Yes.
Man, that'll get you in trouble. Long time ago, just out of college, I had a sales job and it was outside sales. So I went to, different businesses or whatever to drum up sales for a radio station. I sold airtime. And that was a very dangerous job financially because you went into all these different businesses and talked to them about their business. And so you were in every product, everywhere. I ended up buying a car. I was like, I need a new car. I've got this car dealership that's one of my clients. Might as well buy a car from them. I bought new furniture. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. And I was like, this is not good for the finances to have this job.
I don't know. Was it a bad job or were they just really good salesmen? They were just really good salesmen.
I was trying to sell them the airtime on the radio, but in order to do that, I had to learn about their business so that I could write, because I was also a copywriter. So I had to write the copy and, so I learned way too much about their businesses and then was like, oh, let me buy something from you.
And that's, like, what I love about vendors is, you go to all these different events but there's something about like K-pop events that you always find something unique. And even when you look on Etsy for something, there's always a unique product that you've never seen before. And that's what I love about the K-pop community, particularly BTS, is because you're always going to find something that you've never seen before. And it's, I don't know, like very creative army.
I just had a thought, Jessica, too. I wanted to tell you, and this is a great time to tell you, both of your atmosphere that you create and the welcoming atmosphere that you said that you really try to cultivate at your booth, even when people just seem to hang out at your booth, if they came by themselves at other events, not ours, because we have a buddy bunch, but but they can still get to know you. And
maybe we have a buddy booth.
You kind of bring that in. So I just wanted to tell you, we actually have had a few people who saw that you were coming and reached out to say, I love Jessica and John. They're such nice people. They're amazing. I love those two. They're just great and whatever. So we've actually had some of your fans.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Tell me how great you were.
Yeah.
So.
The first event we ever did was in March, and we did Korea Fest in North Carolina. It's in Raleigh. Raleigh. It's in Raleigh.
And nothing existed for K-pop there.
Not in small cities. In the
all right.
Like two of them, you'll find stuff. But they have Korea Fest there, and that was our first event ever. We were completely unprepared for like how big it was going to be. But the community, it was awesome, and we met so many people that have stayed in touch with us to this day, and they still reach out to us and they follow us to different events that we go to. So I don't know, it's really cool. Like we've actually met people that we've become friends with.
There was this one girl that she came with a couple friends. But the couple of friends left her and forgot she was still there. She was scared. She was really scared.
She was
I saw she was like by herself. So I was like, hey, why don't you just come stay in our booth for a bit? Because we have an extra chair until your ride comes. She's like, are you sure? It's like, yeah. So she just stayed with us. And she was like, thank you so much. She's like, I was by myself. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. My phone was dead. And I had a charger, a portable charger. So she charged her phone on my portable charger until she had enough battery to call someone to come pick her up.
She just got left.
Love that. That's con love is what that is. And that can happen with vendors. That can happen with just other people at the con. That can, because there's always going to be somebody with your charger or, especially for something that's all day long like that. I don't know. How long was that convention?
It was 2 days. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a big one. We were really unprepared because we didn't expect the scope of it. But K-pop people come out and they show up and they throw out with their
We need
fandom.
to find the rest of the BTS people that haven't found us yet, though, and find out where they're hiding. Because
You gotta get on the
only big BTS specific, not K-pop in general, BTS specific convention in the US that I know of. I mean, there's K-Con, you know, the one you just said. There's K-Play. There's K-pop.
There's festas, like small
There's
festa
cup
events.
sleeves.
Yeah,
This is like
but
the
there's
first.
no BTS convention.
Right.
this is
For
amazing.
Army, yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm so glad you guys are doing this.
You know what? I just needed it to exist. I'm like, it doesn't. Nobody's doing this. When we went to go get the web address, the domain, I was like, wait, borahecon.com is available? Like, really, there is nobody doing this.
I know, and you did it.
So
You're bringing it to us.
you know what?
Here we
It
are.
honestly, Meghann, I didn't even tell you that, but and then Adam, the medic, asked me when I was talking to him the other day. He goes, "So you know, you organized your first con, you know, not because I haven't organized anything before. I've organized a ton of things, large things. So I don't want people to think, oh, she doesn't know how to organize. Oh my God, I've organized ginormous events a bazillion times. But specifically a convention like this, not specifically. So he goes, oh, you organized your first con. How does it feel? I said, you know, and he goes, it's one of those things where you start organize. You have this idea. It starts to all of a sudden take off. You just start jumping into it and you don't even realize what's going on. You're just busy. And I said, yeah. And then I said, it's interesting you asked me that because actually just yesterday I was kind of pacing the house and I was like, huh, it exists. It was just like, because that's what it felt like. It felt like, you know, there was this idea and then I was like, is anyone going to maybe help me plan this? Because I can't do it by myself. So I put out this ad and then Meghann and her family jumped in and I was like, all right, well, now I got people to help me. So I can't say I can't do it by myself. So let's roll. And so we just started rolling and then like you just never even think of it. And it was like that with my dance studios too. I think not my first recitals because we didn't have it at the same venue. We did it at a high school auditorium and they didn't give you the thing or whatever. But as I grew bigger, we would rent these bigger theaters and it was on the marquee, you know, my dance studio name. And I drove in and I was like, huh, that's my studio. You know, like all these people would show up and I was like, well, huh. You know, it just hits you where you don't realize it when you're just going like this, scrambling to, you know, do all the organizing and get everything done.
How many people that you guys are bringing together now, though? You know, how many states you're bringing together?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. We've got somebody just bought a ticket the other day and said she's flying in from California. We've got people driving from Maryland.
We've had people ask us more about it and wanted details. You know,
tell them get those tickets now because
it's been amazing.
It's next weekend, people.
Yeah, no, and I don't know. It's amazing. So thank you guys for the hard work.
Jump on in.
I will.
On that Army Day code for a couple more hours.
We should post that then.
Yes, please do.
We'll post it in a couple of our BTS groups that are for like I said, like Raleigh, like our bigger city.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we post it and tell them to get the code in.
The code is only for like 4 more hours today.
Right.
Army Day. But then they can still buy tickets up until next Wednesday. No, Wednesday, Thursday.
And like
Thursday.
I've never seen like events do lives where you actually talk to the vendors and you share all this. Like this is amazing.
Yay. This was honestly just something we just kept coming up with things. We're like, okay,
like our business. We're just like, what can we do?
Okay, we're gonna do a Facebook group. Okay, we're gonna start doing live streams. Okay, we're gonna
Yeah, we wanted to find ways to reach as many people as possible, and also because we're Army too, like we wanted to be in the we want to host this, but we also want to be in the conversation and we want to be there in that community as it's being connected as well, you know. And I totally hear you because a lot of events it feels so, and I'm not saying they're all corporate, but it can feel corporate and where you're like it's not approachable. It's not, you know, you're going to it and it's there, but it's very. And we didn't want that to be the atmosphere that it provided. We are both obviously professionals at planning. We've done that for years in different venues and events, but we wanted this to feel like a very open community connection type of thing. And so that's when she had brought up that idea, I was like, that's brilliant, because any way that we can really just get the word out there and continue to show people what this is about, what we want them to be a part of, and they stay posted. So, right, people can go back and look at our other past YouTubes, and we're splashed across social.
There you go. Okay, you froze for a second, but you're back.
Media. We have a website. We have the Eventbrite. Sorry. We wanted, my power flickered twice already. So I was like, just waiting for the hammer to drop. I'm trying to get it all out. But anyway, we just wanted to get it all out there. Yeah. So it was a way to get people to know our personalities a little better too. And because, it's easier to know what kind of people are putting this on. What are they like? Are they approachable? Are they not approachable? Yeah. So that's another reason why I thought we'd do the live stream, because I thought, well, let's let people know our personalities, because if we just have all this stuff written on a website, okay, they can read it, but they don't necessarily know, like, are they super stuffy? Are they funny? What are they like?
Crazy.
Well, same thing from a vendor's perspective, like it was nice getting to see what Allison does, because that's new, and it's great getting to see you guys, but it's also, I've loved reading the chat. It seems like
we got a lit chat over there, let me tell you that.
It's awesome. Like it's a really good, it feels like it's going to be a great community that's going to just continue to build, I hope, year after year after year.
Let's keep growing and growing. Absolutely. And we're so glad that you could be here. We're glad Allison was here. If we do next Tuesday, we'll see. But if we do, hopefully we can get, one or two other vendors on, because we really want to promote you guys. We want to support you. We're so excited you're a part of it. And that's another thing that's so awesome about this community and Army, is that we support one another. We build each other up. We're not here to tear each other down in any way that we can, be like, hey, look at this awesome thing over here. Hey, look at what this person provides over there. That's kind of what we wanted to be a part of. So I'm glad the vendor room opens at 10, because after registration, it gives people time before there's opening ceremonies or any programming to really kind of meander through, to meet you guys, to chit chat a bit. In the morning hours, and it'll be really, I think, a nice kind of building space in that time as well. And
we got a tiny, it's just a small,
I'm really excited. It's really close.
Yeah, we got a little scrapbook that we hope, as people come through, we can take pictures with people and just make a scrapbook for this event, and just as something we want to, Mark. This is just another cool
personally, I want to hear other people's story.
Yes,
I want to know how they found BTS, and I want to know who their bias is. And
you know what? I'm sorry for that you're going to be in the vendor room, but I am hosting a Share Your BTS Story Circle. So maybe there are no cameras, no filming, nothing allowed in that room, because it's going to be a very safe space. But maybe people will come and share after they've been in there. If they watch this live stream and they know, hey, Chong wants to hear your story.
I do. Yeah. I just want to hear people's story.
Yeah. So after or before the BTS Share Your Story Circle, stop in at their booth and tell Chong your story.
Tell us all about it.
Tell her your story. And I want to, full disclaimer, Meghann, so the other vendors don't feel like, they didn't get on or whatever. I told everybody at the last minute, because I have con brain and was dealing with 500 other things. And it was like, last minute, if you want to get in on this.
No, totally. Absolutely. And no, if that's why I said, if we do it next week, hopefully, you know what I mean? They can, but we'll have to, it already feels like next week, this week to my brain. There's so many things happening up there in my head right now that I'm like,
well, not to me. I need the whole rest of this week and a half.
11 days, and today's almost over. So really 10 days. That sounds like a long time when you're waiting to go to something. You're like, oh, the concert's in 10 days. Oh, the thing. But when you're planning it and preparing for it, you're like, I only have 10 days.
Yeah.
So trying to use our time wisely here and
get everything all of our vendors are too. They've got to get all their stuff ready and get all their displays ready. And
it's a 2-day event, and it's outside though. So we have this 2-day event in just like 95-degree weather. So,
So we're trying to get things ready for that, but then we're also trying to
Yeah.
get things ready for Borahae Con.
So that's this weekend, you said?
yeah,
Where's
Yeah.
that at?
here in our little
Here where you don't have anything. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you all stay hydrated and cool because that
Oh, I
sounds
know.
intense.
Yeah, they might not have a medic.
Yeah.
They probably don't.
True.
Who's funny too.
Oh, I know. I love
Right?
that. I
A
love
medic
that.
who tells jokes.
Yeah.
So you know what I just realized? Remember at the beginning where I said I am not one of those 3-hour podcasts or 3-hour.
I know. So,
Hitting the 2-hour mark. I love it.
We've made a big liar out of me.
It's been easy. It's easy. It's easy
Yeah.
to talk about.
I've had
this
a
stuff.
blast. It's been fun.
Yeah,
It has been a
I'm
great
starting
time.
to get it now. I don't know about the 3-hour thing still, but I shouldn't even count that out because I'm starting to see how it can go this long.
Yes.
I'm
Yep.
starting to see it. Okay, so real quick before we end up, because we've said lots of good things about what's at the con, you can still buy your tickets. Army Day code, Army Day 24 till the rest of the night tonight. Otherwise, you can still buy tickets without that code, please and thank you, until next Thursday. Just to give us, those last 2 days that we are not going to be at our computers, finding out, who registered and adding them to our registration list because we just won't have access. But yeah, do it. And before everybody goes, the commenters and the people on here, I'm not going to ask Meghann because Meghann and I have already played this game, but I'm going to ask those of you who are new today and have not played this game with us, if you could be a fly on the wall for any BTS moment that either you already know happened or, could happen in the future, which moment would it be and why do you want to be a fly on the wall? Thank you, Brooke. Brooke shared in the BTS for Moms group. You shared our code, I'm assuming. Thank you. Brooke has been awesome. Brooke has been one of our biggest promo cheerleaders. I can't thank her enough for spreading the word.
Yeah. We'll get that added to our group soon, especially
We're getting off if you're right, because we're just having so much darn fun. So in the comments, or Jessica or Chong, whoever wants to jump in, which moment would you be a fly on the wall for and why?
No.
If you want an example, mine was that I would want to be a fly on the wall for some kind of filming event, because even though we've gotten behind the scenes, of a lot of those things, I want to know, like, what's it like in those couple moments where there aren't cameras, because there are always cameras, but when there aren't, like, what's the film crew doing? Where are they running around? How are they interacting? What's everybody doing when they have to sit there for hours because nothing's going on and they're adjusting the lighting or waiting for the sun to set in a certain way? Or, what's it like for the film crew or the members or whoever's staff when the sand in the desert is, gritting through their teeth and blowing through their earlobes. And, that's the kind of thing I'd want to do. Brooke says that when the guys have their reunion, when they get out of the military,
that's perfect.
all together for the first time, that's a good time to be a fly on the wall.
Oh, Young Forever.
Teresa says Wimbledon when the Young Forever song.
I'm not gonna cry. You're crying. I'm not crying.
Yeah, it's not Wimbledon. Wimbledon's tennis, right? That would be Wembley, I think she means.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because we all got it too.
Yes.
We all got it.
We knew what she
We're
meant.
like, oh, wait, no, that's not right.
The stadium. Yeah, the stadium is fine.
We totally know what she meant, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone? Jessica? John?
I would say, if I'm a fly, I want to be in Jen's room right now, because why is Jen not on live yet? Why has he not been on live yet?
Selling jewelry and running with torches and
He's doing a little bit of everything.
filming in high schools and whatever else he's all doing.
I don't care. He
He's
can just
busy.
he can just play his video game. Just turn on live.
It doesn't look like he has time to play video games from everything he's been doing. Hasn't he been on like a deserted island doing a reality show too or something?
He didn't get any break after he came back
Yeah.
to readjust to civilian life.
So you want to be a fly on Jen's arm and follow him around then, basically what he's doing right now. Yeah, all right. So not a moment, all the moments. Okay, she's a little bit greedy. She's taking all the moments.
I would like to be a fly on the wall. When they were first getting started and they would go to that little restaurant that they always talk about, like the older lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to I don't know, to feel like what they were feeling during that time. I would like, and just to hear them like conversing while they're eating.
I almost channel like the nervousness. I feel like they were probably nervous because it was so new, so beginning, so like they didn't know what was going to happen or how it was going to turn out, and yeah. Wow, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Really Who didn't we hear from? Is Marie? Marie, are you still in the chat? Otherwise, Brooke says he has important business. Who does?
Oh,
Jen.
she was Jen.
Jen.
Yeah, she was
Jen has important business. Yeah.
Mine. While we're waiting for Marie.
Greg, are you still in the chat? What's your fly on the wall moment? I don't know if he exited with his Greg after his mic drop.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out. I can't top that comment.
Yeah, I can't do any better than that.
So funny.
Yeah, Jen, we figured it out. Marie says, I would love seeing them experience the first showcase. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
There's when Jen was dancing and his pants fell. Was that the first showcase?
I think so, because he was nervous.
Yeah, and he was
they were
crying.
like loose.
Yeah.
I don't think I mean, I know I've seen clips from the first showcase, but did they fall all the way down?
No, I think they were loose.
But
and
yeah,
he was pretty upset because he said he felt like he messed up.
Oh, geez, probably nobody even saw it.
He shouldn't have said anything, and nobody would have noticed.
Probably not. That's
well,
like
I think they're harder. I think they're very hard on themselves, obviously. Yeah. And I know a lot of that has to do with what was expected of them from, being a trainee, and also I think culturally. And I'm not obviously I'm not of Asian descent, but I culturally have watched. In like what you're saying with parents' expectations over there and everything, it's culturally, they're very much about honor, and that is reflected a lot in what they do. And so it very much is like that perfectionist mentality. Perfection is really important. And that's what I think so much comes across in a lot of RMs and Shugas and their lyrics, is that love yourself, who you are, where you are as you're growing. You know what I mean? Instead of, I think a lot of the message people hear all the time, which is you have to be the best in order to be worthy of love. And that's not really true, but that's how a lot of people can feel in those situations. So yeah, a lot of their early stuff is kind of hard to watch, not because it's hard to watch them, but you can almost see that mentality of like, and when they get a little bit further, there's more of that hunger and that drive there and all that, because they're so talented. But in the very beginning, you can sense that desperation, if you will, of like needing to succeed,
My laptop's yelling at me saying, "Plug me up," but I'm not near my charger. So
the laptop's saying, "You're totally right."
If we peace out, it's because her laptop died.
We probably should peace out anyway. So those 7 of you who have hung with us this whole time, and anybody who watches this later, it's 2 hours, but hey, it's been a party. So if you got 2 hours, you might just want to hang with us, because it's been a ride this time. So usually it's Meghann and I by ourselves and maybe one commenter or two, because people hadn't quite figured out that we were doing this yet. But we have gotten people to go back and watch our old ones. But hey, if you're going to watch just one, this one's pretty fun.
It is.
Just saying. It's great to have all the people in the chat. It's great to have the people on the live with us. The more people, the more fun, of course. Oh, we've got a private chat. I should go check that all.
Yes, and thank you to everybody for being here, for commenting. Thank you all for being here. So nice to meet you virtually. I cannot wait to meet you in person soon. It's really soon. So we're excited. It's going to be, exactly. It's going to be so awesome. Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's good to get to talk to you guys and to meet you and to talk to everybody in chat. It's been fun.
Yay. It has been fun. Thank you so much for being here. And as you said, peace out.
All right. See y'all soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Stream, if you want to stay for a second and chat for just a second before you peace out us, you can. I'm just going to end the stream. So peace out to all of you in the words of Jessica Tong. Peace out.
Bye,
See you
y'all.
next week. I think they pieced out all the